Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin khatamin nabiyyin Sayyidina wa nabiyyina wa habibi qulubina wa shafi'i nufusina Abil Qasim Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ahli baiti tayyibin at-tahirin al-ma'sumin as-sadiqin الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أما بعد, respected elders and brothers, first and foremost on this joyous occasion of the Wiladat Sayyida Fatima Zahra Salamullahi alayha, we extend our Wiladat Mubarak to our living Imam, Imam Zamana Ajallahu Ta'ala. To extend the Wiladat Mubarak to all of you as well. Today, since it's a joyous occasion, then we celebrate the birth anniversary of our Holy Lady Fatima Zahra. It is a day that, like we see here, one of our brothers has put up, is a Mother's Day. Hazrat Fatima Zahra has been a mother to all the mu'mineen, to all the nations that have been in this world as well as in the other world. For example, when the Holy Prophet says she is Sayyidatu Nisa'il Alamin, she is the mistress of Alamin, of meaning two worlds, meaning more than one world. Which world is he talking about? The world of this world and the world of that is the Akhirah, and also the world that existed before our time. And because it is a joyous occasion, I don't wish to be very monotonous. That is only I speak and you hear. Today I would like to give an opportunity to be we all speak, we all hear. And so I will start with a few fazail of Fatima, and then maybe about a couple of them, and then I'll call upon anybody. Either somebody can volunteer to come up and say any one statement, one hadith, or probably one excerpt of the life of Fatima, and to explain and share with us. I'll call, if nobody volunteers, I'll call upon. And once I call upon, there is no, because it is, of course, you say anything that you know about Fatima. I mean, everybody knows, right? At least you know the date of birth, at least you know the date of death. At least you know what the Prophet said about her. At least you know something that you can take a message for all of us. And since this is a gents program, ladies have a separate program, so you don't need to be shy. So the ladies are not watching you, so we will have this session, a very interactive one. Please say Muhammad wa Muhammad. One of the hadiths which is prominent both in our books and also in the books of our Ahl Sunnah brothers is the one that the Holy Prophet said that Fatima is Sayyidatun Nisa'il Alamin, which means she is the mistress of the worlds. And there's another hadith which is prominent, is that there are four special women. Who are they? Khadija bi Fatima, Maryam and Asiya. Asiya was the wife of Fir'aun. Okay. These are the four special women that the Holy Prophet has mentioned, both recorded in our books and in the books of Ahl Sunnah. What also is mentioned is that the Holy Prophet says that among these four women, the best of them is his daughter. And that is why she is the Sayyidatun Nisa'il Alamin. Now how is that? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to send down the message to the people, He sent it down in stages, right from the time of Nabi Adam, right down to the Holy Prophet. He did not send one whole Islam package with Nabi Adam. He sent it right from Nabi Adam through all the prophets, right until the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So 123,999 prophets came down, and then final to mature, to give the point of maturity, that when the nation has achieved the maturity of understanding what the message of Allah is, He sends Holy Prophet as a seal of the prophets. Now, we know that according to the Holy Quran, what is the Holy Prophet? He is Rahmatul Alameen, mercy upon mankind. Again, the worlds, not only just this world, the worlds that exist before us, and even after us, and during also the time of the Holy Prophet. And hence, when he sends Rahmatul Alameen for the entire world, he sent it for both the mankind and for the women, as in for the mankind, for both the men and for the women. But there had to be somebody special for the women as well. There had to be something special, a role model, because sometimes it's difficult for a woman to follow a role model of a man. So there had to be somebody to come to seal as well. For the man, it was the Holy Prophet. For the woman, who would it have been? It had to be somebody with the likeness of the character of the Holy Prophet. That is the reason why the Holy Prophet said, Fatima bad'atun minni. She is a part of me, which means she carries the same characteristics. Which means if I am the role model for the mankind, she is also the role model for the women. See, that is how the Fatima Zahra, the importance of her as a role or as a Sayyidat Nisa al-Alamin is that she is the role model for the entire human nation. Now, before I move on, let me hear from somebody else. Anybody wants to volunteer before I call upon? You will volunteer? Okay. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
The date of birth of Bibi Fatima Zahra Salam Alayha is 20th Jamadil Awal.
20th Jamadil
Awal.
That's today. Son, the date of birth, as he has shared with us, is 20th Jamadil Awal, which is today we are celebrating the birth anniversary. Son, anybody else? Anybody? Yeah. Okay, come.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam once said that if he wanted to smell the scent of paradise, he would come close to Bibi Fatima and he would smell her neck.
Yeah, son. This is one of the beauties about Bibi Fatima Zahra is that when the Holy Prophet wanted to smell the scent of paradise, he would smell the scent of Bibi Fatima Zahra. Now let me, since you brought the issue of the paradise, scent of paradise, I will share with you what else that the status of Bibi Fatima Zahra is. What are her sons? Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein. They are Sayyida Shabab Ahl Jannah, right? Okay. One of the Holy Prophets saying is what? Paradise lies in the feet of your mother. So look at the beauty that the people who are the Sayyida Shabab Ahl Jannah, that Jannah lies in the feet of their own mother. She's the status of Bibi Fatima Zahra. Their children. Subhanallah, what is the status of Bibi Fatima Zahra? And of course, to add to that, I just told you the Holy Quran says that the Holy Prophet is Rahmatul lil Alameen. And what has Holy Prophet said about Bibi Fatima? That she is the Rahmat to her father. So she is the Rahmat to the Rahmatul lil Alameen. This is the beauty, the status of Bibi Fatima. She is the Rahmat to the person who is the Rahmatul lil Alameen. Likewise, when you see the status of her with Imam Ali. Imam Ali is what? Kulle Iman. Okay, and what Islam says that a man achieves his complete faith when he marries. So which means Imam Ali was Kulle Iman, and when he married Bibi Fatima, who then apparently completes the Iman. So which means she is it takes the status of Imam Ali even higher through Bibi Fatima. If we see the role model of Bibi Fatima Zahra, we see that she is the axis. She's the axis of the existence of even the people around her and the Ummah. I'll give you two examples. The first one is recorded by Imam Hassan Askari, who mentions he says that it was reported by Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari that the Holy Prophet said what? He said that when Nabi Adam was created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he roamed around in paradise. What did he see? He saw an image of a lady with a bright light. So he asked that who is this person? And what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? Allah said that she is the mistress of the women of the world, and she is among the descendants of you. The nur of Bibi Fatima Zahra had already been created, and the purpose of which this whole ummah exists. Now, let us bring down to the time of the Holy Prophet. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to introduce the Holy Prophet and his progeny, how does he introduce? When Hazrat Jibreel asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are these people under the cloth? What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answer? You heard it in Hadith Isa. Hum Fatima wa abuha wa ba'luha wa banu. She was the axis of the whole Hadith Isa. You just heard in one of the mankabat, Fatima is Hadith Sayyida. She is because she is the axis. Allah introduces the Holy Prophet how? Fatima Umma Abuha. This Fatima, her father. Wa ba'aluha, her husband, her banuha, her children. See how important this status of Bibi Fatima Zahra is. Somebody else now. Imran, where is Imran?
Ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I would like to share with you Bibi Fatima Zahra Islam political role in Islamic religion. I don't know if you know this book, Fatima is Fatima. It's written by Dr. Shariati. It's a very good book. Inside it, he described Bibi Fatima as a political force. There is big example in Islamic history before the Prophet Rasulullah about woman who was leader in political. There is the Queen of Saba in the period of Nabi Sulaiman. She was a queen and she was a very good political woman. Then there is another one, maybe Ashia, we already said, the wife of Fir'aun. She was the one who protects Nabi Musa. And now, during the period of Rasulullah, Bibi Fatima has a big role, political role. There is 3 events when we can notice that. The first one is Mubaila. During this period, every Sahabi of the Prophet wanted to be in the Mubaila with the Prophet, to be represented. So there we can see the woman representative was Bibi Fatima. So from that you can know she has a very big role. The second one is during Sahifa. Sahifa, there was election, you know that there she protect the role of Imam, the right of Imam Ali al-Islam. And the last place was Fadak, where she protected again the imamate. So she has a very big role and she protected our religion, the Islamic religion.
Nare Haidari,
Ya Ali,
Nare Salawat,
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Indeed, the role of Hazrat Fatima Zahra as a political manner has been very apparent, very important, especially of all the things that she did to defend Islam, to defend Imam Ali. As you heard about the Fadak, the khutbah that she gave during the time of after the passing away of the Holy Prophet. And it is important that we learn from what Hazrat Fatima Zahra has mentioned. Yes, Brother Hassan wants to share with us something.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
I would like to share with you people 2 points that come to my mind at the moment regarding the Holy Lady Fatima. First of all, her sacrifice and her status can never be matched by anyone, male or female. To highlight, to focus what I mean is, her sacrifice goes beyond any lady which could sacrifice anything in the way of Islam to protect Islam, because a lady can sacrifice all of his children at the most. But what Bibi Fatima did was she sacrificed not only his children, but she sacrificed 10 generations to protect Islam. That's one of the best things that comes to my mind. And second thing I would like to share is a story which I came across when I went to Iran. One of the doctors told me the narratives, stories of the Iran-Iraq war that took place. Imam Khomeini had advised the warriors, the Iranian soldiers, a prescribed method to seek help from Bibi Fatima during tough times in the war. To mention that, he said that to use Bibi Fatima's word and make tasbih with that word. So one of the incidents when a small group of soldiers lost their way after they were coming back to Iran, and they lost their way in Iraq, in the desert. they could not find their way back. They were like walking in the desert, they couldn't find their way back, and then the morale of the soldiers went down, keep going down. So later on, the commander cheered them up. The commander tried to give them high morale, but later on, even the commander, after quite a long time, even the commander began to lose hope, and because they were continuously wandering in the desert without any water. They were victorious in the war, but they wanted to come back to Iran. They were lost in their way. So what they did was they started this tasbih with the name of Bibi Fatima. The tasbih was Ya Zahra, Ya Zahra. And what happened was that there came a dust storm because of that tasbih, or after that tasbih, and they held their arms together, making a big circle, so that the dust storm does not blow them away or what. So after that thing, everyone, the dust storm hit them very badly. Their face was like damaged, and they were injured, and the blood came out of the face and everything. But then they saw a lady in black coat, and who gave all of them a drink to drink, a sharbat to drink, and then they fainted, these guys, and then when they again woke up, they were on the Iran-Iraq border itself, and they were saved.
The effects of Bibi Fatima Zahra always maintained with us even in this world, because she was a shaheed, she was a shahida. We have learned on how she passed away from this world. She was a shahida, which means when she's a shahida, she is one who receives sustenance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She is alive. And hence in all our gatherings, she is always present, sitting right next to the member. Yeah? That is why it is always important for us to recite Hadith Kisa in every gathering, because we recall her story, and also that when towards the end of Hadith Kisa, what is it mentioned? That when the Shia of the Ahlul Bayt sit down in this gathering, what happens? The angels send the rahmat, they protect, they send blessings on this gathering here. So it's important. You go outside and have a smoke, not pointing fingers here. Okay, somebody wants to share.
I would like to mention 4 events which came to my mind right now. First was that whenever Bibi Fatima near the Holy Prophet, where the Holy Prophet was sitting, the Holy Prophet always used to get up and offer Bibi Fatima his own particular seat to sit. And the second event was at the birth of Imam Hussein. When Imam Hussein was born, the Holy Prophet was crying and was happy at the same time. So Bibi Fatima asked, "Why are you crying?" And then the Holy Prophet said, "I'm crying because Imam Hussein will sacrifice his life and save Islam." That was the happy part, sorry. And the sad part was that no one would be there to cry for him. So Bibi Fatima so the Holy Prophet told her that Bibi Fatima not to get worried, because there will be a Qabila amongst the next generations which will cry for Imam Hussein throughout the next generations passing on to him. So Bibi Fatima promised to Holy Prophet at that time that I will not enter Jannah until those members of the Qabila who really cry for Imam Hussein from the true heart, I will not enter into the Jannah until they enter there. So that's one promise by Bibi Fatima made for us specifically. And the third point that I wanted to mention is Bibi Fatima gave us the gift of tasbih. 34 times Allah Akbar, 33 times Subhanallah, and 33 times Alhamdulillah. It is a gift and it is a way of ibadah for us.
The fadail of Bibi Fatima would never end. I just wish to share with you a story of how the birth of Bibi Fatima Zahra happened. We all know Bibi Fatima Zahra was the daughter of Bibi Khadija bint Khuwaylid, was also one of the mistress of the world. At the time of her birth, when Bibi Khadija was about to give birth to Bibi Fatima, she called out to the women of the Quraysh to help her, but nobody helped her. And that is when she prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send? He sent 4 women. What is 4 women? These 4 women were Sarah, the wife of Prophet Ibrahim, Asya, the wife of Fir'aun, Maryam, the mother of Nabi Isa, and Kulsum, the wife of Nabi Musa. These were the 4 women that were sent to help Bibi Khadija to give birth to Bibi Fatima. See how divine that they were not even earthly beings at that particular time who had the assistance of the birth of Bibi Fatima. That's how divine her status is. It goes to the extent that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then says about the purity of the Ahlul Bayt when he is in the we recite also in the 36th sign, also in the Holy Quran, ayat number 30, Surah number 33, ayat number 33. إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم رجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. He has removed all kinds of impurity and decided for them to be the purest. That is why she is known as Tahira. There's so many names, right? Muhaddisa, Siddiqa, and Razia, Marzia, so on and so forth. I'd like to share with you, which is also recited in the ziyarat of Sayyida Fatima Zahra, which inshallah we'll hear today, is that she was Hurwa'ul Insiya. Hurwa'ul Insiya. What is Hurwa? Comes from the word Hur. Huring. The beings that are not earthly, the heavenly creatures. And then she's also Insiya, which means Insiya comes from the word ins, which means earthly creatures. So when we recite that she's Hurwa'ul Insiya, which means that we are putting her in 2 positions. One is that she's in a position that is not earthly, she's heavenly, which means spiritually, her elevated position, and also Insiya in terms of the position that she is as an insan, as an earthly being. Her status is so much so that she is both Hurwa'ul Insiya. And maybe somebody else wants to share about any of her other names. Anybody? More to say? You can recite in Urdu as well, no problem. You can share anything that you know about Bibi Fatima. What the Prophet maybe said about to her or about her. No? Okay, I'll just continue. One of the arguments or debates, or rather discrepancies that were held during the time of the Banu Abbas in terms of ideology. Do we know how Banu Abbas actually came to power? How they actually overpowered the Banu Umayyah? When they saw that the Banu Umayyah were always doing, of course, the wrong thing, they decided that the right to the caliph should be the descendant of the Prophet. So what did they do? Somebody by the name of, who was the first caliph of Banu Abbas? The first caliph of Banu Abbas.
Harun?
The first caliph of Banu Abbas. Okay, anyway. He, along with the grandson of, you see, Imam Hassan had a son called Imam Hassan had a son called Hassan al-Musanna. Hassan al-Musanna was one of the people who were present in the battle of Karbala. He went also to fight. He fell down, collapsed, and was not martyred. He only fainted. And it was only after the battle was over, when they came to pick up the bodies, his Kabila noticed that he's still alive. The pulse was still there. So they picked him up and took him back, and he survived. He had a child by the name of Abdullah, and his son was Muhammad Abul Qasim. He teamed up together with the first Abbasid Caliph, and they set out to take over Banu Umayyah. And they promised that this person by the name of Muhammad Abul Qasim, the great grandson of Imam Hassan, would take over the Caliph after they destroyed the Banu Umayyah. But when the Banu Umayyah were destroyed, the first Abbasid Caliph, now, because it was power after all, it was a greed for power. So what did he do is that he decided to take over the power himself and become the Caliph himself, and throw away the Muhammad. Now, the reason that this Banu Abbas brought up was that the rightful again, the moment, you know, if you talk about Jahiliyyah, sorry, I'm going back a bit in time. During the time of Jahiliyyah, women were not considered as important. Descendants of, inheritance from descendants was not considered important. So when it came to the Banu Abbas time, the same ideology came, and they said that no, the rightful descendants should not be from the female side. We are more rightful because the uncle of the Holy Prophet, that is Abbas, he had a son called Abdullah ibn Abbas. He is a prominent also narrator. Both are books and Sunni books. he said that the rightful descendants of the Caliph should be from the male side descendants. That is from the Abdullah, and that's how it came to Banu Abbas. And this was a time during, the 7th Imam's time, Harun. During the time of Banu Abbas, they always used to taunt the Imams that, we are more rightful to the Caliph than you, because you are descendants of the lady, while we are descendants from the male. Like to us, because since Abbas was the uncle of Muhammad, so his son Abdullah would be the cousin of the Prophet. So we are more rightful because he was the cousin of the Prophet, rather than the son-in-law. They're referring to Imam Ali. Instead of the descendants from Imam Ali, we are more rightful because we were the cousins of the Holy Prophet. So there was a time when Harun Rashid went to Medina together with Imam Musa Qasim. And what did he, when he came to Rasulullah's grave, what did he say? He said, Assalamu alaikum, oh my cousin. Yeah? Peace be upon you, oh my cousin, in reflections to him being the descendants of Abdullah ibn Abbas. But what did Imam Musa Qasim say? Assalamu alaikum, ya, peace be upon you, oh my grandfather. And that is where Harun became so agitated, and is also narrated in history that was one of the points why he went back, when he took back to Baghdad, he assassinated Imam Musa Qasim. Because of that. Now, who is more close, the grandfather or the cousin? Cousin becomes like a second thing, while grandfather is the same lineage, the royal blood. Another occasion came with one of the other Imams, is when one of the Caliphs told one of the Imams that we think that we are more rightful for the Caliphate and not you, because again, same reason, that we are male descendants of the cousin, while you are the descendants of the son-in-law of the cousin. They forgot that Imam Ali was also the cousin of the Holy Prophet. What did Imam beautifully reply? He replied this way: if the Holy Prophet were to come right now and ask in marriage for your daughter, would you give your daughter in marriage to Rasulullah? They say, of course we'll give our daughter in marriage to Rasulullah. What did the Imam reply? He said, if you want to come here, we cannot give our daughters to the Rasulullah. Why? Because she is mahram. She is na mahram. As in, she is mahram. The daughter cannot marry the grandfather.
Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
This is how our Imams used to reply to the taunts of the Banu Abbas. And that is how we see the rightful Caliph, the rightful Caliphate belong to the descendants of Hazrat Fatima. That's why we know in the surah, Inna atina kal kawthar, fasalli li rabbika wanhar, inna shanaka wal abtar. Surely we have given you abundance. Where is this abundance? Who is this abundance that the Holy Prophet is, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Holy Prophet? Because after he was abused of being an abtar, Allah said, surely we have given you that abundance. Where is this abundance? This abundance. Abundance in terms of the descendants of the Caliph. Abundance in terms of knowledge that came through the Caliphs, through the Imams, all the way until this time. That's why we see that the role of Fatima Zahra is the mother of all the Imams, the mother of the Mu'mineen, the mother of the Nisa al-Alameen, is that. In fact, if you see that although the nur of Fatima Zahra was there even before Nabi Adam was born, it had to be maintained for her birth, celestial birth, for her birth in this world. How? Look at the lineage. From Nabi Adam, we go to Nuh. The whole world was drowned. Nuh was saved with his people. There was something in the blood of Nuh, in the royal blood of Nuh, that had to be survived, that he had to be maintained. We move on to Ibrahim. Have anybody heard somebody going to fire and surviving? No. Nabi Ibrahim went into the fire and survived. Something in his blood had to be maintained. What is it? He comes to the son, Nabi Ismail. If you have a knife on your neck, he was not going to change into a sheep or ram, right? He's going to cut you if somebody puts a knife on your neck. But for Nabi Ismail, he turned into a ram. Nabi Ismail was saved. You see? There was something coming. There was something coming. It goes on and on. We see others, for example, if you see the total lineage all the way down to Prophet Muhammad. Again, Prophet Muhammad, when he comes, he has no sons. He's got a daughter from Bibi Khadija. Again, divinely given birth, as I mentioned earlier, for a certain purpose. The Imam. Even we see one of these, if you see in the Holy Quran, Nabi Musa, who was made an Imam? Which prophet was also made an Imam?
Ibrahim.
Nabi Ibrahim. Nabi Ibrahim, he was made a Rasul, he was made a Nabi. He did not ask the Prophet, he did not ask Allah whether his descendants would be a Nabi. Yeah, he was made a prophet. But only if you read the Holy Quran, when Allah said that you are being made an Imam, then he asked Allah, will my descendants be also an Imam? And then what does Allah say? Not those who do not deserve it. Not those who are the Zalimin. Which means there is already a queue, that there is. He did not say no, there will be no Imam from his descendants. He said not those who are the Zalimin. Because if you see, the Banu Abbas can also claim to be the descendants. After all, they were if you go to lineage, they also come from Abdul Muttalib. Abdul Muttalib, then we have Abdullah and Abbas. From Abdul Muttalib, we have Abdullah, we have Prophet Muhammad. From Abbas, we have Abdullah, and goes down to, we have Abdullah, we have Abbas, and then goes down to Banu Abbas lineage. You know? And we see that it is only those that are not the Zalimin who will not be the Imams. So the important stature of Bibi Fatima Zahra, Salamullahi alayhi. You want to say anything about Bibi Fatima? Anything that you know? No? Yeah. Please feel free, you want to say it in Urdu, English?
Muhammad salawat.
I would just like to elaborate what I just recited in the Mankabat, that no matter how much you praise to God and how much sawab you have, is not worth it. But if you have a hate of Bibi Fatima within you have a bughd of Bibi Fatima within your heart, you won't be able to enter the paradise. That's what.
Dushmanan Ahl Bayt par.
Hassan, we have heard a lot about the fazail of Bibi Fatima. I'm sure there's more. Maybe some of us are shy. You want to share anything? Okay, anyway, time is up. We thank everybody for sharing all the views, their ideas, their knowledge about Bibi Fatima. And inshallah, we try to learn more through more readings and understanding. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bihaqqi Hazrat Fatima Zahra on this Wiladat anniversary to forgive the sins of all the mu'mineen, mu'minat, the Muslimin, Muslimat, and we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bihaqqi Hazrat Fatima Zahra that to relieve all those who are in oppression right now, to relieve those who are sick from their illness, to help those who are in need of certain legitimate desires, be it jobs, be it children, be it any sorts, manta, etc., to help them achieve those desires, inshallah. And let's remember all those who are marized with 5 times Amma yujibu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amma yujibu al-mustarra idha da'ahu wa yakshifu as-su'. 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 Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. In conjunction with the Wiladat of the Hazrat Fatima Zahra, we'd like to also honor the students who have been studying here for quite a bit of time, and we always wish to honor them because of the lot of efforts that they've taken. The first thing is they took the effort to come far away from their homes. The second thing is that they sacrificed their families to come here and study. The third thing is that initiative that they took, to come here and study, just to acquire knowledge. Of course, the contributions that they've had towards the Imam Barga here, and of course also to motivate them to continue to pursue further in terms of acquiring knowledge, sharing knowledge, and also practicing what they learn. And for that, I will invite my beloved father Al-Hajj Hussein Qasam to give the tokens of appreciation. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Okay, I'll call upon the names of those who are present here. Yeah. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Brother Ahmad Murtaza Sachu. These brothers will be completing inshallah in the next few months and departing back to their country for either completing their either starting a job or moving to another country to complete their foreign education. There are also others who are not present today because of their final year examination. I'll just call out the names so that you know you may not be seeing them after a couple of months. Basair Qasim, Mohsin Qasim, the two brothers, and then Farhan Murtaza Akbarali and Minhar Qasim Dewji. These are the few boys who have will be departing from Malaysia, not from this world, from Malaysia and back, and we wish them all the best and thank them for all the support and all the effort that they've done, especially towards this Imam Barga. Please recite Muhammad wa